How do I consistently block attacks in half sword? That's actually a really good question because blocking in this game works a lot different than probably any game you've ever played. So in things like Chivalry 2 or Mordhau, there is a specific button to block attacks, and if you time it right, it'll block anything that's coming in your direction. But half sword physics-based combat, it's a little bit different. For you to block an attack, you actually have to literally block it with your weapons. They have to collide. And there are two types of parrying or blocking in this game, so I'm going to go over them both. The first one is from our guard stance right here, and it's called passive parry. Well, your weapon's kind of in front of you in this guarding stance. So Willie, your bot, your character, he wants to stay alive. So his passive parry is basically almost like an auto block mechanic. If a blade's coming at him, he'll kind of just nudge you along to deflect it. So I think of it as something like auto aim in a game like Call of Duty. It won't aim for you, but if you just kind of angle the blade a little bit toward where it's coming to, Willie will do the rest and he'll parry it out of the way for you. Now, passive parry, it's not going to work when your blade's all the way in like your swinging positions, right? It only works when you're in what we would call a guarding stance in actual combat. Now, our second way to block is called active parrying, and that's where you control Willie completely directly, and you just swipe your opponent's blade right out of the way, right? So you're going to meet it, right? So you see it coming from one direction, you just swat it out of the way, and then you can come back with a quick counter. This works really good on overheads if you want to use the half sword. Works wonderfully to active parry overhead attacks, and these are just kind of concepts that you can add to your game to improve in half sword. And if you are still struggling, that you feel like you can't maintain this kind of guard in here to get those passive parries, what you got to do is you got to hit escape, and you go to your settings, and you go to your controls, and pull this slider all the way down to the middle of the M. I play on almost the bottom sensitivity.